Okay, so we'll start.
Okay.
Um, okay, for our discussion tonight, I was gonna talk about how conversations are going and invites are going.
Yeah.
Because I know that's one of my weaknesses, so I always guess that's one of other people's weaknesses. So let's
Mhm.
talk about it. Um, what do you think? How's your stuff going?
Well, I'm getting really frustrated with people and their excuses.
Yeah.
I feel like I reach like a stopping point in my conversations and I don't know how much space to give them.
Yeah, I see.
Because like I have a couple people who are like, yeah, sounds great. Let me think about it and get back to you. So
Right.
like, is that supposed to last?
Okay, you cut out for a second, and I thought your computer had died, and I was like,
No.
"Well, there it went." Okay, I missed something that you said. How long is that supposed to last, or how?
Yeah,
What?
like how long until you check back with somebody and
You might end the
how
conversation with.
how often do you follow up? And
You might ask them like, "Can I check back in with you in a month or two?" Or Jen posted something the last night that was like, "Can I check back in with you in the spring?" That way, I mean, you don't really
yeah,
get.
I saw that. I really liked how she worded that.
Yeah, I liked that follow up a lot. I hadn't seen that one before. So maybe something like that. Like I have someone I'm talking to right now, and her objection is money, and I mean it's legitimate. You know, like sometimes people are like, you're like, okay, but you could really do it if you wanted to make the sacrifice. You know, but
Right.
she's like trying to save for Disney World with their son, and she's a single mom. And I was like, I get it. You know, you have a lot on your plate right now, and but so, and I just said to her, hey, sure, can I check back in with you? And she was like, yeah, I really want to do this, but blah, 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 but money's tight. But I would even say that to anyone who was giving me an objection and just wasn't ready. Sometimes people just aren't ready and it's not going to be effective, even if they do it, you know?
Yeah. Well, I have it's a mother-daughter duo.
That'd be cool.
And I talked to them. The first time I talked to them was in September, and they were like, "Yeah, we definitely want to do it. We need some more information, whatever." They're like, "Let us think about it." So then I saw them in November,
Yeah.
gave them all of the information that they needed, and they were like, "We're doing this. We're absolutely doing this." And I was like, "Okay, sounds great. I'm gonna send you the link tonight." It was like right before 21 Day Fix. I thought 21 Day Fix wasn't going to be on sale anymore. And I was like, I'm going to send you the link tonight and I want you to buy it so you get the sale. And they're like, yeah, sure, we'll definitely do it. So I sent them the link, never heard a word. They never bought. And I was like, okay. So then I checked back with them. No, then I heard they reached out to me in December and they're like, hey, thanks for all the information. We're going to do this, but with the holidays coming up, we're just going to wait until after. I was like, okay, whatever. So now I contact them and they're saying that they're too busy to do it now. And I want to be like, there's always going to be something, like either you really want to do it or you don't.
Right. Yeah, you're right about that. I mean, here, I'm going to show you this thing that was actually on the TIEC page that Mona showed to me, and hopefully it'll be helpful. This is from Bonnie Engel. Okay, can you see it or no?
No.
Oh, hold on. I got it. Okay. Now can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. So this is in the file section of Mona's page.
Okay.
It's from Bonnie Engel, who's one of the top 10 coaches. And I haven't watched this link, but she said it's really good. And she's like, here are all the excuses. I mean, grasping at straws. Do I have to get the shake? I don't have the money. I actually used some of those today when I was talking to I guess this is for being coaches. I think she has a time one though. I don't have the time. So
Yeah.
I mean, maybe look at those and see if any of them could be tailored to what they're saying.
Yeah, there's like, yeah, I will look at that.
Yeah, I've just started keeping this up on my computer, but then I also forget that it's there because it's just like in the background and I forget
Right.
to use it.
Right.
I think this could be a really good tool. Maybe I'll put it on our page as well.
Yeah, I like that a lot. All those excuses, you know? I just want to be like, you can always come up with an excuse. You really can.
Right, but if you really want to do it, you'll buckle down and you'll do it.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the team call stuff that I was gonna do tonight. It's nothing.
Okay.
I'm not gonna enlarge it because then I can't really see you as well. Wait, yeah, I can.
Okay.
Hold on. Yeah, I can. I don't know why I said that. Okay. Okay, so this was from our diamond call with the new leadership thing that the top coaches are doing.
Yeah. Hey, I'm listening. I'm just gonna go plug in my computer.
Okay. And on this call was from T25, Tanya?
Tanya. She the black girl.
She's the modifier.
Oh, from T25. Yes, yeah.
So yeah, she was the one doing this call. Her and Lori Stewart. So
I
that's
have to get my charger.
But so they talked about crafting your vision and taking time out to write your vision. And I know we talk about whys a lot, but this was kind of different than a why. This was more specific. Sometimes I feel like with my why, like I know it, but then I get lost in like, okay, so how do I achieve that? Or I could create a dream board, but there's like not a way to achieve it. It's just like, hi, Jordan. Hey. It's just like stuff that I want to do, but it's not, I'm not setting goals like to achieve it, short term goals, I guess. So, they said they wanted us to craft our vision and they wanted us to create it in a way that works for us, not just like a standard way. But I mean, honestly, I just wrote mine down because to me, like I'm not very creative, but I just want to write it down and I don't want to put in the time to make it pretty. But
yeah.
So this is what she tells her coaches is what the F are your goals? Yeah. And she has these 8 and she wants them to like identify for each of these F's like what their goal is and why they're doing Beachbody for them. Like I wrote mine down here. And I mean, like for family, obviously right now it's to have a healthy baby. Like that's why I'm doing this journey. Finances is to be more stable. And I have like a specific like income goal. And like so on. So like fitness, food, fun stuff, free time. Her examples were like, having time to do fun stuff with your spouse or like having the money to do fun stuff with your spouse because it costs money to do stuff. And so, I mean, I would like to have our team kind of do this practice to just write it out or see what it looks like for each of us. People could create something pretty or you could just write it, whatever works for you all. Because
are we going to share it or next week?
We should, or maybe I'll just have people post it on the page.
Yeah, I would like to see everybody's.
Or you want to share it next week?
Whatever.
We'll see. We'll talk. I'll think about it.
Okay.
So then, okay, this was also part of their training. They said to be the curious child. Like, look at your business and dare to ask, but why? Why am I doing this? And I kind of liked her saying that because I was like, man, I've never really, I wish I could be more consistent in thinking about it that way. Like, why am I doing this so that I can have my focus on? I feel like consistency is my issue. Like, I'm consistent in my posts, but other than that, like inviting, I'm not consistent. Professional development, I'm not consistent at all. So, and they said, like, this is what keeps you going after 1,000 objections. If you identify your why, you know, like, why the hell am I doing this? If you identify that, then that's what's going to keep you going. Like, what are you dreaming big about? And I was going to have you all do this practice, but with just you, I won't make you do it. But I think this would be important to do maybe sometime by yourself, is like, think about, you know, close your eyes and think about your goals and your specific goals, your big dreams, and like imagine, like, what does it feel like? What does it smell like? What does it sound like when it happens? And so Tanya was talking about like having the experience as the top coach on Beachbody Summit stage, and like they do like a special presentation and they do like a 15-minute like video or whatever, and she was explaining that her video is going to be Transformers and all this goofy stuff, and I was like, okay, that's kind of cool that you've thought of, like, this is how I want it to look.
Yeah.
But for me, like, I was thinking, like, what experiences will you have? Like, we'll have more financial freedom. We'll be able to take trips whenever we want, or not work as many hours, or you know, afford a new house, and just goals like that.
Yeah.
And I kind of like the act of just being able to visualize your goals unfolding, because then if you can see it, then it's, you know, seems more real. And then I also just wanted to talk about like being brave enough to make it happen. So, and believing in what we have. I know that all of us at this point, you know, we all believe in Shakeology. We all believe in the programs that we have, especially 21 Day Fix. I mean, for me, that's the main one. But I also love all of them. But also being passionate about ending the trend of obesity in our country, and knowing that like this business isn't going anywhere. There are plenty of people out there still. I think that's one of the concerns that I've heard from people, is that, you know, this business might have a certain length of time that it's going to last. But I just can't see that that's
true. Always want to do something, either lose weight or be healthier, or have high cholesterol that they want to take care of, or joint pain that they want to improve. It's
right. Yeah, you're so right about that. And I think just like facing the fact that, you know, we like have this huge epidemic in our country, and I mean, it needs to be treated, obviously, and we have a tool to really take care of that. And as you know, a big part of that is sharing your journey, sharing your results, and learning more about the Beachbody Company, I think, gives us more faith. I love watching videos with Carl Deichler, because I love seeing the man that he is. I kind of think that he has to be.
He's amazing.
Yeah. And I mean, like, every time I'm like, did you really just say that? Like, you're the CEO of our company and you just like said this amazing thing. Like, I mean, he's not in it for the dollar, and I can tell that every single time he talks. I mean, he gave away his Apple Watch. I mean, like, what the heck? Because he didn't like it anymore. Okay, and I also wanted to have people watch this, and I found this when I was at Summit. This was like a talk that he gave that gave me chills, and I just left the room, and I was just speechless. I couldn't articulate what I was thinking, but I was just like on fire. And I went onto YouTube and I searched for that part, Summit 2015 CEO Carl Deichler closing remarks. And I think it'd be good for us to watch that as a team and just feel that oomph. Because I remember walking out of Summit being like, damn, this is a really good company. I'm really glad to be here and to be a part of this. And I know that big things are coming. Okay, so that's what I have.
Yay, thanks.
I hope that was beneficial.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna watch that, and I should write out my goals. I never do that. I don't really know why I don't do that.
Well, and I hadn't even done my 2016 ones, and I've been told that by multiple people, like, make sure you write out your goals for 2016. And I hadn't even done that. But and I was glad to do it and I also did it for the month of February and I should make it more of a practice to do it monthly.
I think it makes more sense to me personally to do stuff monthly because I always feel like, I mean, I get the dream big and all that stuff, but I also want it to be attainable for myself.
I feel the same.
So like I have trouble writing goals for really long term.
I agree. I actually really agree with that because I just always hear to, in this business, like to dream big. And I love that. But I also, exactly what you just said, I want it to be attainable. And I want to feel like I actually can achieve it and not just like, I'm just throwing something out there like, oh, I'll be a 10-star by the end of this year. It's fine.
Right. Because sometimes like if my goal feels like it's too much for me, then I get overwhelmed by it. And I'm like, well, that was just
it's not
a dream. Like that's not a real thing.
Right.
So, I mean, I even like doing stuff like weekly. Like this week, I'm going to accomplish this.
I think that's a great idea.
I work better that way.
I think that that's actually a really good practice. I think,
yeah. I feel like I had other questions that I wanted to bring up tonight. But, I mean, yeah, the inviting for sure, and all these people with all their excuses, but I'm going to look at that document for sure.
Yeah, handling objections is definitely something I have to work out on too, because sometimes people just say like, oh, I can't do it. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. See ya.
Cool. Right. Well, because I also kind of know like where I am in my life. If I tell somebody I can't afford something, then I can't afford it,
Ronnie!
Hey, Ronnie.
Yay!
Club 53.
Woo! Here, I'm going to stop recording. I'm going to stop recording.
Memory pod.